Dude, he's a madman. He's crazy. Hello guys, welcome back to Self-Reacts. Have a wonderful day. Today we're going to be reacting to House of the Dragon Season 1 Episode 3. This episode is called Second of His Name. So without further ado, let's dive into this reaction. See a snake?
House Valerian is coming for you!
Oh god. It's scary. David's dragon! He might even burn you too. Just saying.
Dear my prince, save me!
Did the dragon just felt that? Interesting.
And you have my nose, don't you?
2 years old, and already our boy has a kingly presence. It is Aegon's second name day.
And he named him Aegon at that?
It only remains for Viserys to name him heir to the throne.
I wouldn't be so sure.
He's the king's firstborn son.
I don't know that His Grace sees it so clearly.
Then it lies with you to make him see it.
I thought it seemed previously that Otto was motivated by his own ambition, but it looks like that his brother is pressuring him and telling him what to do.
Under the dragon's eye.
Under the weirwood tree.
Perhaps the princess might like to hear something else.
She would not. Play it again.
Through the flame.
You may go, Samuel. You are to stay by order of the princess. The queen commands you to leave the Godswood at once.
She outranks her now. Alicent
Is it the
wants to
king's
mend their
command?
relationship.
Yes, but
Then at once, Your Grace.
it needn't be. None of it needs be this way in truth, Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra is a teenager with an attitude.
You will be with your own child sooner than later, and make me a proud grandsire.
Ew.
How would you like to participate?
I'm not sure why I must.
Because you are my daughter, the princess, and you have duties.
No one's here for me.
Even her relationship with her father is not good. Her father had a son after all, and he named him Aegon, so... Lannisters! All this for Hunt?
Hail, hail, Aegon the Conqueror Babe, second of his name. Here's to his grace on his second name day.
Your dear uncle is the great mind behind this war, is he not?
I wouldn't know. I've not spoken to Damon in years.
Since you supplanted him as heir.
Damon made his choices, Lady Kira. The princess was more suited to the role.
Alicent's acting like a true queen.
Lord Jason Lannister,
I gathered that from all the lions.
I don't think we've been properly introduced. The Rock is thrice the height of the High Tower in Old Town, taller still than the wall in the north.
I've seen it on Game of Thrones. Was not impressed.
It must be quite something.
Ew.
I don't have a dragon pit, of course, but I do have
Lannisters.
the means and resources to build one.
So,
Why would you need a dragon pit?
To house dragons, of course. I'd do anything for my queen. Or lady wife.
someone tell him that his wealth may impress a poor girl, but not a freaking princess.
You're of age, Rhaenyra. Jason Lannister is an excellent match.
He's arrogant and self-serious.
Well, I thought you might have that in common. And I have tried often to discuss it with you. But you've refused me at every turn.
That is because I do not wish to get
here,
married.
Please,
Even
not
I do
here.
not exist above tradition and duty, Rhaenyra.
Excuse me, Your Grace.
He's not wrong. This is not about girl power. She needs allies, especially that her claim itself is a break from centuries of tradition. Crispin Cole.
Was I named heir to the Iron Throne so that I might only further raise the standing of a Lord of Casterly Rock?
You want me to kill him?
Feels like they've bonded already.
One day, not so long ago, you held enough power to write my name into the White Book. When your father named me to his King's Guard, it was the highest honor any Cole had ever known. All that I have, I owe to you. Now, I'd hardly call that toothless, Princess.
Your Grace. How far? The droppings were found half a league to the east.
You're looking for the White Hart?
Before the dragons ruled over Westeros, White Hart was the symbol of royalty in these lands.
And on this day of all days. I've never been one for signs of importance, Your Grace, but if the gods did wish to show their favor...
Anything to name your grandsire heir. It's interesting that he thought that it was a bad idea, but he's still pushing for what his brother wanted anyway. Sarah reminds me so much of Robert Baratheon, using alcohol to cope with everything. He's trying to bribe the king.
I hope it might provide the killing stroke against your White Hart. I would be honored to take the Princess Rhaenyra to wife, Your Grace. Casterly Rock is a splendid seat. Rhaenyra may take her place there by my side without shame and feel herself well compensated for her loss in station.
What loss of station?
If you were to name young Aegon heir, Your Grace.
And when would I be doing that?
Yes, Viserys!
Have your bannermen questioned my choice of heir?
Okay, I like
Your
this
Grace,
side of
I
Viserys.
I did not decide to name Rhaenyra my heir on a whim.
Yes, tell them. Tell them, please.
All the lords of the kingdom would do well to remember that.
He is in desperate need of a drinking buddy.
What do you make of Lord Jason's proposal?
That man's pride has pride.
She'll do as you command.
It is not my wish to command her, Otto. I want her to be happy.
There is another choice beyond Casterly Rock. One perhaps you might be more comfortable with. One closer to home.
Closer to home?
Prince Aegon.
I was like, I smelled incest, seriously. When he said closer to home. Closer to...
Betroth them.
I came here to hunt. Not to be suffocated by all this politicking.
It would seem to me the best match for Rhaenyra is the son of the Sea Snake, Sir Laenor. Some years ago, I counseled you to take his sister to wife. My reasoning remains the same. Laenor is of pure Valyrian descent.
It will strengthen her position. I'm with him in this.
We must pray, of course, that Laenor survives the fighting in the Stepstones.
Tell me something, Sir Criston. Do you think the realm will ever accept me as their queen?
They'll have no choice but to, Princess.
The people? Maybe the lords? Spider senses are tingling. A boar. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sure, take it out on this animal. Sure, yeah. Yeah.
I named her Heart of Love because I no longer believe.
Believe what, my love?
Many in my line have been dragon riders. Very few among us
no
have been
longer
dreamers.
believe that he can have a son?
I saw it in a dream. As vivid as these flames, I saw it. A male babe, born to me, wearing the conqueror's crown. I poured all my thought and will into it. My obsession killed Rhaenyra's mother. I thought Rhaenyra was the way out of my abyss of grief and regret.
He named her heir out of regret.
I never imagined I would remarry. That I would have a son. What if I was wrong?
This makes me feel bad for Alicent. In her calling him love, sounded convincing. Maybe she does love him, maybe she forced herself to believe that she's in love with him, I don't know. But it does seem that her feelings of concern are genuine. That's not a white heart. Is he relieved that it's not a... Yeah, he is relieved. Yes!
Your Grace.
What about that, Otto?
For the kill.
It's not really haunting. You didn't kill him.
One more time, Your Grace. But a bit to your left.
This has to be a metaphor for something. The blood on her hair. Oh, wow. He didn't make a mistake. Viserys didn't make a mistake by naming her heir. No, no. I understand that she showed mercy to such a beautiful creature, but man, if only she brought it back with her. Everyone will see for a fact that she meant to be the next queen. I would have loved to see Otto's face, seriously. Instead, she brought back a whore. What was that grin about? Like a Lannister. He looked disgusted. This is queen material, y'all. Queen material. Such charisma. Everyone was scared of her, seriously. Her strength, her powerness. Love that scene.
When you bore the king a son, you ended 15 years of uncertainty and doubt. Aegon, like his namesake, was born to rule the Seven Kingdoms. Do you not want your son to be king?
What mother wouldn't?
You mustn't ignore the certain truth that if Rhaenyra were to step over Aegon to ascend the throne, the realm would tear itself apart.
Rhaenyra will be a good queen.
It wouldn't matter if she were Jaehaerys himself, born again. Rhaenyra is a woman.
What of my son? Would you have me raise a man to steal his own sister's birthright?
It is Aegon that's being wronged.
Alicent?
The road ahead is uncertain, but the end is clear. Aegon will be king. You must guide Viserys towards reason.
The way he manipulates his daughter for his own ambition. If only he really believes in tradition, you know.
Rhaenyra has come of age. She must needs marry a High Lord who will honor her, defend her, and serve her as king consort.
God, he's missing two
Her
fingers.
wishes in this matter are irrelevant.
I do believe that Rhaenyra will marry Your Grace.
He's literally falling apart.
But she must believe it is her choice to do so.
She must believe that it's her choice to do so. Okay. I wonder what type of illness he has.
Lord Corlys and Prince Daemon are losing their war.
Badly, by all accounts.
This is a plea for aid. Then why not send it?
Because it is a war started by two malcontents.
Is it better for the realm if the crab feeder thrives? Or is vanquished?
Okay, Alicent. I see you.
Why must every effort on your behalf be resisted, as if to the death?
Because you mean to replace me with Alicent Hightower's son. The boy you always wanted.
You have misjudged me, Rhaenyra. I do not seek to replace you, child. You've been much alone these last few years. Alone and angry. I will not live forever. I wish to see you contented. Happy, even.
You think a man will do it?
A family.
I had a family.
What would you have me do?
If it was for advantage, you would have wed Laena Velaryon.
She has a point. She has a point.
That is true enough. You must marry. strengthen your own claim. As to your match, make it yourself. Find one that pleases you, as I did.
That was Alison's idea. And by the way, she didn't bring up naming her son heir like her father wanted to.
I did waver. At one time. But I swear to you now, on your mother's memory, you will not be supplanted.
He needs to make that clear to the other lords. Rename her again, I don't know. Especially now after he has a son.
We must press the attack. Continue sending the dragons.
It's pointless, Father.
Dragons?
The crab feeders created a choke point here, beyond these dunes.
The crab feeder and his men have no reason to leave those caves.
We must give them one. An offering of flesh to bait the crab.
Daemon's dragon looks like it came straight out of the Targaryen sigil. A red dragon with a long
Which
neck.
man here will happily go to his death? Show me the knight who will march into that hell pit, nephew, and I will show you a madman.
Daemon.
Daemon is why we are losing.
He at least is fighting this war. What role have you played in this council, uncle? Other than master of complaints?
Enough! Prince Daemon, I bring word from His Grace Viserys Targaryen.
Does he like it? Okay. Or no?
Brother, I have ordered 10 ships and 2,000 men to set sail from King's Landing to join the effort in the Stepstones.
God, he's such an intriguing character.
Know that it is not my desire to see you fail in your cause. It is instead my hope that this aid will deliver the victory that has thus far evaded us.
The whole point of this is for him to prove himself, you know? So of course he doesn't like it. But where is it going? Wait, they're talking about bait. Is he the bait? Oh my god. So he'd rather go on a suicide mission than take his brother's help. He is a madman. He haven't said a word. Love that. Love that. Just body. Oh, you. God. Saying just body language. Ah. It looks awful. No way. Dude, he's the madman. He's crazy. Okay, now it's more like it. Not that I want him to get hit, but this is more believable, you know? Okay, now the time. Where's your dragon? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, but we need the dragon. Yes. It's not... Wait, Cole's son has a dragon? And he's a Targaryen from his mother, right? Oh, he's going after him. This dragon looks cute. Reminds me of Viserion. Why do you have to scream it? That was adorable. What? Oh my god, He cut him in half. But wait, he's touching him! He's touching him! Dude, he looks so scary! But he touched him. Unless the Targaryens are immune to grayscale, maybe? Because he's a Dragon Lord? I don't know, but he has to be, you know, immune to it. Wow, what a battle. He is a madman, seriously. So yeah, the crab feeder is no more. Daemon Targaryen cut him in half. But man, he's a very complex character. Like for a split second, I swear, like he smiled, he was happy that his brother was willing to lay a hand. But then it's like realization set in that Daemon seen himself as a failure or something that needed help from a king that he called weak. So he lashed out at the poor messenger like he would rather die in a very risky plan to win than accepts his brother's help. He literally went on a suicide mission just to prove a point. Daemon makes the series. He's like this mix of Ramsay's ruthlessness, Jaime and Jon's fighting styles, and Jaime's swag. Like, love this combination. And one thing I loved is that how, you know, even though they have dragons, they at least acknowledge the realism aspects of war. Yeah, you have a weapon of mass destruction, but it isn't that easy to wipe out a whole army. Like, it doesn't end the conflict in one blow. And like with the war with the crab feeder, even though they had 2 dragons with them, they spent 3 years trying to wipe out the crab feeder's army, but with no luck. So I really like the, you know, the realism aspect of that whole thing. This show's really picking up pace. The politics, relationships, tensions, and stakes are just going to keep getting more intense. You could just feel that. This episode was awesome. I loved seeing the vultures circle Viserys. They know and think he is weak and easily manipulated. So I loved seeing him stand up to some of them, yet dealing with his own internal struggle. I loved how they showed Viserys' love for his first wife, Aemma. Rhaenyra's mother held a special place in his heart, and I'm afraid that Alicent won't be able to occupy that place. It makes me feel bad for Alicent between her, you know, father pumping her out to an older guy. Her best friend is giving her the silent treatment, and her husband admitting that, you know, she is the second option. Yeah, she had it rough. She's just practically a baby-making machine and is now pressured by her father to put him on the throne. And the interesting part is when she called him my love or something like that, and felt really convincing. Like she says it so sweetly, it sounds convincing. So I feel like maybe she forced herself to believe that she loves him. Because if she accepts the truth, what is left in her life? Like, it's better to live a fantasy than accept the cold reality of life. Or maybe I'm wrong, maybe she does care about him in her own way. Can't tell. But she does seem genuine. Especially that even after her father pressuring her, she didn't bring up naming her son heir. She helped Viserys reason with Rhaenyra, telling her that if she thinks that it's her choice, she's gonna marry. Yeah, maybe that comes off a bit manipulative, but I think it's for Rhaenyra's best interest. And I do believe that she is thinking of her best interest right now. And yeah, Viserys thought that making Rhaenyra heir would make everything right, soothe his guilt and everything. But I'm glad that he reaffirmed, you know, his position on this matter to Rhaenyra, that he is not intending on replacing her. And this whole thing about him forcing her to marry is really to strengthen her position. But I really like that even with everything else going on, dragons, royal drama, war, at the heart of this episode is a single dad having trouble connecting with his teenage girl. And I really like that Viserys really loves his daughter and wants her to be happy. But he knows that royal tradition, you know, won't allow it. But also I feel Rhaenyra's frustration after naming her heir. She was pushed aside, then getting betrayed by, you know, her father and her best friend. So I can agree and understand her becoming cold and distant towards her father since she trusted him, and her friend who's now became her father's wife and even have a son. So I do get why she was acting out like that. But you know what's funny is the fact that Viserys and Otto spent a day waiting for the White Hart to be captured, only for Rhaenyra to find it by coincidence. They say that stag, Otto said that stag appears to the worthy ruler, and Otto tried really hard to capture him in Aegon's name day, just, you know, to point out that he might be the rightful heir to the throne and not Rhaenyra. So I'm really bummed that Rhaenyra didn't capture him and brought him back, and you know, brought it back with her to the camp. Yeah, it's good that she showed mercy to this beautiful creature. That might have convinced everyone to support her as heir. Sure, it wouldn't matter for Otto, but I would have loved to see his face, seriously. But nevertheless, her powerhouse move right there, returning after killing the boar, covered in blood, walking in the camp like a bad bitch. Love that. It was like she was indirectly telling everyone that she's no pushover and is a worthy heir to the throne. Queen material. Otto's suggestion of marrying Rhaenyra to her 2-year-old half-brother Aegon. Yeah, ridiculous. But if you think about it this way, the age gap between them is probably not that different from the age gap between Viserys and Alicent. Maybe even less, I don't know. And it's not very common to marry siblings in the Targaryen's house. Given the fact that he is her half-brother, maybe this is a lesser incestuous Targaryen marriage, just saying. But marrying them can't prevent any future conflicts between them over the throne. But also marrying her to Corlys' son is not that bad either. He's half Targaryen, he has a dragon. It is a good match for her, but the choice is hers, like Viserys said, so I am excited to see what choice she'll make. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I've enjoyed my reaction and see you in the next video.